looking for about 175,000. I'm looking for the unemployment rate to stay unchanged.
Is that disappointing to you, or is that exciting to you?
Oh, I think it's pretty exciting, given the fact that the Federal Reserve tells us we need 75, 80,000 every month just to absorb the natural growth in the labor force. That's almost twice as strong. Labor markets are getting tight, but guess what? There's a hidden number of people that are not in the labor force that some of them could creep back in. And in fact, in the recent months, that's exactly what you've been seeing.
Where are they? What are they doing?
Well, they're either at home taking care of a relative, or they're maybe not feeling so well, or they're retired. But a Harris poll last year indicated that even people that retire, 56% of them want to at least work part-time. And remember, the way the household survey measures it, even if you work a couple of hours a month, you're employed.
That's the question, is what is the cost of not golf?
Well, you still can play
golf. Not golf.
Oh.
In other words, if your alternative is to play golf or to work, what does it take? And I know that's not true for everybody. All you people at home in Florida right now, ask yourself that question.
We just had a fellow on in the last hour, though, who employs effectively freelancers who work remotely from home.
Right.
And a lot of them, by the way, go surfing. We've heard of these stories before. They go surfing or they play golf in the morning and then they work all day. You can do both.
They should be counted, however, in the data. They should show up in the participation rate, in the employment. I mean, we don't know, and I know the BLS is trying to adapt to the current environment.
Karyn is waiting patiently. We want to hear Karyn. Karyn, I want to hear your number, but I want to also understand what you think the Goldilocks number is, because we always say what's good news is bad news is good news, what's too hot, what's too cold. Tell us.
Well, as Steve said, anything around plus or minus 50, that would be great. My number is over 200,000. I think we'll see over 200,000. But the Goldilocks number is going to come down to the wage growth, because we remember that a little bit of higher wage growth, it spooked investors back in February. So I think the wage growth number, as long as it's good but not too good, that's the number that we'll have to look at to see how investors are going to react to it.
What is that? Is it 0.3%, or what would be?
Well, 0.3% seemed to be kind of a good number.
Yeah.
Investors seem to be good with that number. It's ticking forward, and year over year, 2.7%. Investors are comfortable with that number. We start to see things a little bit hotter, then investors might think that we're seeing some inflation creep in. And but I think we'll probably get that.
Okay,
and,
but let's say you're right. Let's say we get let's go high though. Let's go 225, 250, 275. Let's get ambitious here. Then does the Fed say that's bad news?
I don't think the Fed is going to say that that's bad news. I mean, how can you say that job growth like that is bad news? The Fed is just going to say it's an affirmation of a very strong economy. But unless we see the numbers really moving into the inflation, into the PCE, the Fed's preferred measure, then I don't think the Fed is going to think that that's a bad thing. I mean, how could you think having that many jobs being created, and especially small businesses? And small businesses have been the beneficiary of tax cuts, of deregulation. These are good jobs.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.